Imagine a world where every action, every thought, every decision you make is already predetermined. This is the core principle of hard determinism, a philosophical stance suggesting that free will, as we perceive it, is an illusion. Every event, from the smallest atom's movement to the most complex human decisions, is a consequence of prior events, forming an unbroken chain reaction stretching back to the universe's beginning. Hard determinism challenges our fundamental understanding of ourselves and our place in the cosmos. It suggests that we are not agents of our own destiny, but rather passengers on a predetermined course, our lives unfolding according to a script written long before our birth. This notion, while unsettling to some, offers a unique perspective on the nature of reality, prompting us to reconsider our beliefs about free will, morality, and the very essence of what it means to be human. In this essay, we will delve into the intricacies of hard determinism, exploring its implications on our perception of choice, moral responsibility, and the human condition. We will examine the arguments for and against this viewpoint, ultimately seeking to understand how accepting or rejecting determinism can shape our understanding of life's grand tapestry. Hard determinism challenges our intuitive sense of free will. We feel like we make choices freely. We deliberate, weigh options, and arrive at decisions. However, hard determinism argues that these internal processes are merely predetermined events unfolding according to the laws of physics and the chain of prior causes. Our brains, complex as they are, operate based on physical and chemical processes. Every neuron firing, every thought forming, is a result of prior events, ultimately traceable back to the initial conditions of the universe. This suggests that our choices, while seemingly free, are simply the inevitable outcomes of a predetermined chain of events. Consider the act of choosing between coffee or tea. You might believe you are making a free choice based on your current preferences, but what led to those preferences? Your past experiences, cultural influences, even your genetics, all predetermined factors, shaped your desire for coffee or tea. Every step in the decision-making process, from your initial desire to your final action, is a product of pre-existing conditions, leaving no room for genuine free will. To illustrate the concept of determinism, imagine a line of dominoes perfectly arranged. When the first domino falls, it sets off a chain reaction, each domino toppling the next in a predetermined sequence. The final domino has no choice but to fall. Its fate was sealed the moment the first domino was pushed. Similarly, hard determinism views the universe as a vast, intricate chain of cause and effect. Every event, from the formation of galaxies to the firing of neurons in our brains, is like a domino falling, pushing the next event into motion. Our choices, actions, and even our thoughts are simply events within this grand causal chain, each one an inevitable consequence of the events that came before. This view challenges our perception of control. We feel like we are making choices, but hard determinism suggests that these choices were already set in motion long ago. Just as the domino cannot resist falling, we are bound to act according to the predetermined course of events, our lives unfolding according to a script already written in the fabric of the cosmos. One of the most challenging implications of hard determinism is its effect on our understanding of morality. If every action is predetermined, how can we hold people responsible for their actions? If a person commits a crime, can we truly say they could have done otherwise given the predetermined chain of events that led to their actions? Hard determinism suggests that traditional notions of blame, praise, and moral responsibility might need re-evaluation. If free will is an illusion, then punishing someone for their actions becomes problematic. It's akin to punishing a tree for falling during a storm. The tree had no choice in the matter, just as the criminal, according to hard determinism, had no choice but to act as they did. This is not to say that hard determinism advocates for moral nihilism. Instead, it encourages us to rethink our approach to justice and accountability. Rather than focusing on punishment, a deterministic perspective might prioritize rehabilitation and understanding the underlying causes of behavior, recognizing that even seemingly evil actions are products of a complex web of predetermined events. Section 5. The Illusion of Control. Hard determinism challenges our perception of control over our lives. We like to believe that we are the masters of our own destinies, making choices that shape our futures. But if our actions are predetermined, then this sense of control, according to hard determinism, is merely an illusion. Imagine a marionette controlled by a skilled puppeteer. The marionette may appear to move freely, but its every action is dictated by the puppeteer's strings. Similarly, hard determinism suggests that our lives are governed by the invisible strings of causality, our actions dictated by the predetermined chain of events stretching back to the beginning of time. This idea can be unsettling as it undermines our sense of agency and autonomy. It suggests that we are not the independent, self-governing beings we perceive ourselves to be, but rather, our lives are playing out according to a script we have no power to change. This can lead to feelings of helplessness, fatalism, and a sense that our efforts are futile in the face of a predetermined future. Section 6. The neural basis of behavior. Advances in neuroscience provide compelling evidence supporting a deterministic view of human behavior. Brain imaging studies reveal that our decisions, emotions, and even our conscious thoughts are correlated with specific patterns of neural activity. These patterns arise before we become consciously aware of them, suggesting that our brains are making decisions before we're even aware of them. For example, studies using fMRI have shown that brain activity associated with a particular choice, such as pressing a button with the left or right hand, can be detected seconds before the subject is consciously aware of making the decision. This suggests that the conscious experience of making a choice might be a mere afterthought, an illusion created by the brain after the decision has already been made at a subconscious level. These findings challenge the notion of a conscious self that exerts free will over our actions. Instead, they suggest that our conscious experiences are simply a product of our brains, which, in turn, are bound by the laws of physics and the predetermined chain of events. This neural basis for behavior provides a compelling argument in favor of a deterministic view of human actions. Section 7. Compatibilism, Reconciling Determinism, and Free Will. While hard determinism presents a compelling case against free will, many philosophers and thinkers advocate for compatibilism, a perspective that attempts to reconcile determinism with our intuitive sense of free will. Compatibilists argue that while our actions might be predetermined, we can still be considered free if we act according to our desires and motivations, even if those desires and motivations are themselves predetermined. In this view, free will is not about having an unlimited range of choices but rather about acting without external coercion. As long as our actions are a result of our own internal states, even if those states are predetermined, we can be considered free agents. Compatibilism offers a more nuanced perspective on the relationship between determinism and free will. It acknowledges the deterministic nature of the universe while preserving a sense of agency and responsibility for our actions. However, whether compatibilism truly resolves the tension between determinism and our deep-seated belief in free will remains a topic of ongoing debate. Section 8. The practical implications of determinism. Whether or not one fully embraces hard determinism, contemplating its principles can have profound practical implications for how we live our lives. Recognizing the interconnected nature of events and the limits of our control can foster a sense of humility, acceptance, and compassion. If we accept that individuals are not solely responsible for their actions, we might approach justice and punishment with greater understanding and empathy. Instead of seeking retribution, a deterministic perspective might encourage rehabilitation, focusing on addressing the underlying causes of behavior rather than simply assigning blame. Furthermore, recognizing the impermanence and interconnectedness of all things can inspire a sense of gratitude and appreciation for the present moment. By letting go of the illusion of control, we can find a sense of peace in accepting the unfolding of events, embracing the beauty and complexity of life as it is, rather than how we might wish it to be. Section 9. Conclusion. Embracing the unfolding universe. Hard determinism, while challenging our deeply held beliefs about free will and morality, offers a unique lens through which to view the universe and our place within it. It compels us to confront the possibility that our lives are not entirely our own, that our choices, actions, and even our thoughts are products of a grand, predetermined cosmic dance. While the idea of a predetermined existence might initially seem unsettling, it can also be a source of liberation. By relinquishing the illusion of control, we can find peace in accepting the unfolding of events, embracing the present moment with greater awareness and appreciation. Ultimately, whether we choose to accept or reject hard determinism, contemplating its principles can deepen our understanding of ourselves, our connection to the universe, and the intricate tapestry of causality that binds us all.